What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Jobbers and Goons. And today we have a special debut of a podcast. This is the Cafe Podcast, comics, anime, fiction, everything. And we have four co hosts of this podcast. We have three here today. Zareth might be joining us later. We're not sure. He'll be trying to make it. We'll see. But regardless, I am one of the members, Jobbers and Goons. And then I'm going to let the other two introduce themselves real quick before we get into things. And let's go with Zero first.
Hey, I'm Zero. You may know me from the channel Kato, uh, or my famous The Man Behind the Mask video. Check it out. Go watch it.
Okay, and I'm the Weeaboo Warrior. I was on here the other day with Jobbers and Goons, but if you don't know me, I do tier list videos, power rankings, just anything fiction really that I feel like it.
Yeah, and the reason I started, and by the way, the other co-host, Zarachan, makes a lot of OPM, Cyberpunk, and Demon Slayer content. Check him out as well. I'll be linking everything in this video when we drop the podcast. And essentially, we all met through being a fan of each other's content. And since we're in the same fictional realm, we decided to come together and make a really cool podcast that includes several key players in the community. And with this debut episode, we kind of went with some topics of discussion that are it kind of allows us to open up to the audience because, obviously some of us are bringing in different audience from our channels and let them know kind of our interests and what we're into in terms of the content and fiction. So, first topic, and we're going to let Weeb answer because his is a little unique, but it's comics or comic book adaptation. What's your favorite character / characters and why?
Okay. Well, my favorite would have to be the Joker from The Dark Knight, just because Heath Ledger's performance was amazing. He was just, even though he doesn't have superpowers or anything, he's just like one of like the most unstoppable characters in like a superhero movie. It's just like basically whatever he wanted to happen just happened. Like everything went perfectly for him, and except for Batman not letting him die, basically. But besides that, he even had Harvey Dent. Just became a psycho killer. He took the best person there was and just made him into like the worst. And he probably would have came back for The Dark Knight Rises, but unfortunately Heath Ledger did pass away. But and besides him, I also really like Thanos, MCU Thanos. I like his goal actually. I don't know much about comic Thanos besides the fact that he like wants to impress death or something.
But comic Thanos wants skeletal cheeks. That's his goal.
Yeah, I definitely prefer MCU Thanos' goal, basically, of wanting to make a better universe, like realizing that the universe is doomed, everyone's overpopulated, there's not enough resources, and it happened to his own planet, and he like was trying to warn them it was going to happen, and they didn't listen, and so it did happen, and now he wants to save the rest of the universe from it. So I feel like with the Infinity Gauntlet, there was a million other things he could have done that was better. Like it's like, okay, yeah, he had to, with his army, he didn't have an Infinity Gauntlet, so he had to like cull planets. It's like, and he actually made them better. But once he got the Infinity Gauntlet, you think he could have just like kept making resources or something with it. But
he just fell into old habits, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I definitely think he's one of the best comic movie villains.
It's funny you bring that up because I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this current run, but several recent Marvel comics have been pointing to the idea of this final crown that'll be like the latest doom threat to existence for Marvel, their latest crisis. And the reason that's important is because in Thanos' Death Notes, there's supposedly this Thanos that's going to end up being like Roko's Basilisk. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
It was this this group think project where essentially this robot became God, right? Like this AI essentially like achieved this level of godhood where it became God, and if you go against the system, you would be destroyed. If not, you're just assimilated. And so it became this like you couldn't really defeat it because if you know about it and thus you know you have to defeat it, it knows about you and thus will delete you from the system. So there's like no way about it. But regardless, this Thanos is based on that and he has this weird crown. So it's going to be interesting to see if comic Thanos. I made a recent theory video where like potentially he could become like the one above all, like replace him. So it'll be interesting to see if that happens.
I've always been a fan of Thanos. He was actually Infinity Gauntlet was another one of the early comics that I read, and it was really exciting.
Hold
as
on,
an MCU fan.
Let's be slutty. Let's be slutty. He brought it up? We brought it up. Is Heath Ledger's Joker the best Joker in live action?
For me, yes.
Have you guys seen Gotham?
Gotham, no, but I've seen clips.
Gotham.
You're talking about the actor who plays Cal Kestis?
I want to shout him out. He's a really
we got to shout out the boy.
What do you guys think?
I've only seen Gotham up to like the season where Jerome gets introduced. I haven't seen all the way up to when he like falls into the chemical plant or whatever. But I have seen more.
I will tell you guys, if you haven't seen Gotham, well, obviously Zero's seen it. One of the few shows where the ending's amazing. So definitely go see it if you guys haven't seen it. It's
really?
Damn.
I've heard weird things where like Jerome has a brother and like you don't know, like he wasn't that Joker and then the other one was the Joker and then neither of them was the Joker and like some weird stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it gets crazy, but that's kind of the whole point of the like Joker in that verse. It's just a really fun retelling of all the characters. And I think there's some copyright stuff too. Yeah, go ahead. Drop it. Hit us with it.
You know I love Batman. That's like where the majority of my comic attention has been, the Gotham verse. And love Jack Nicholson's performance. But it was more of like a progenitor. I also love Joker 2019. I actually made a video comparing Arthur Fleck versus the Dark Knight Joker. And my conclusion was basically that the Dark Knight has the better Joker because it has Batman. And the Joker 2019 would be better if it had Batman, but it doesn't, so that Joker's not good enough.
Also, people sleep on the Joker and the Dark Knight. His like power, I would say, or just weird, not power, just like skill in general. The dude was basically John Wick. He killed a thug muscle for a mafia with a pencil.
Oh, with that pencil, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
In one shot.
Yeah, that dude died in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Like, people are like, oh, it's some random guy. That random guy would beat up 99% of the planet. He's like a hired muscle for a mafia. He would like end most of us.
He put a blade in someone's mouth and just killed him with that.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Like cutting his cheek.
He also fought Batman at the end. Batman was amped by his like all-seeing vision of cell phone stuff that he was trying to use to help himself, and like Joker like beat his ass with a crowbar.
Now, Joker was a menace. I would say my favorite live action, Phoenix is up there, Ledger's up there. I completely understand having Ledger as your GOAT, and I would shout out Gotham's Joker. He was dope.
I did like Phoenix as well, but he was like more like more like a broken character, like a really like deep dive into like almost like just real like mental issues. Like the Joker is more like he seemed like a supervillain. Like
Dude,
Joaquin's was
Joker,
like actually like a real take.
Joaquin was like, I will tell you this. I think Heath Ledger would have had a chance to become other characters, like play other shit. But to me, Phoenix is always going to be Joker now to me. Like his Joker.
Mhm.
Like that
Yeah,
voice.
Yeah, and they're
I've
making
actually
another one
seen
now.
him. I saw him in, I think it was Her, which is a movie where he falls in love with a robot that has
Mhm.
Scarlett Johansson's voice. But yeah,
So
now
completely
he's the Joker forever.
understandable.
Yeah. I remember
Completely.
when the Joker came out. I think they were saying how we're never gonna make a sequel to this, but now they are, probably because it made
Dude,
so much
like
money.
he had a recent like
Yes.
horror movie, and by the way, I guess it's a good time to tell you guys, Cafe's called Cafe for a reason because we might just segue to stupid shit like this. But Joaquin Phoenix, he's playing like a recent horror movie that actually looked pretty damn good. I didn't have a chance to see it, but there's one point where he says a line. He's like, "I'm on my way," and I was like, "Dude, that's the Joker." And I was like, "Damn, man, I don't think I'm gonna get past like what he did in that role. I just don't think I'll ever get past it."
Yeah,
Which is kudos to how
another
good he did.
actor. Yeah, another actor sort of affected by that is like Charlie Cox, who's he's Daredevil now.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Oh, yeah, he's fucked.
some
So is
roles
Grant
just don't come
Gustin
back.
from Flash. From the
Wait,
show.
are you talking about MCU Daredevil?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I still need to watch that show. I hear it's really good. I just
It's
saw him in
really
She-Hulk,
fucking
which
good. Dude,
Yeah.
we could have a whole episode on MCU. We should make that
Yeah.
like a podcast thing, like the podcast gang
Yeah.
watches.
Yeah, I need
MCU
to because
together.
I think they're making
Hilarious.
another Daredevil show. I need to watch the original, then make a tier list on that with the new one.
Dude, no.
Yeah,
The original
Daredevil.
I need to go watch it because that scaling was fucking nuts.
For real. And in my opinion, it's the best content in the MCU.
Yeah.
Dude, Daredevil, the old movie with Ben Affleck, he would like jump off like 100-foot buildings and be fine. Like, he was like, He's
That's
cool.
true.
Mhm.
that shit was kind of crazy. I
Yeah,
will
yeah.
say this: that Bullseye was amazing. Colin Farrell as Bullseye was dope. Killed it as Penguin in the recent Batman, and he killed it as Bullseye back in the day.
And talking about comic character adaptations and also really good actors, I would just want to throw a shout out to live action Homelander. Also, one of my favorite performances.
Hell yeah,
in
Anthony
comic
Starr.
books. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I never got
Agreed.
into the show. I read the comics for The Boys, but
You need to watch it if you haven't.
yeah, I know. I saw the first couple episodes. I just got to make time for it. But
Yeah.
I could completely see that. I'll say for my favorite comic character, this is tough for me. Midnighter's up there. Midnighter's the fucking GOAT. Always putting hands on somebody. Famously blew Nightwing's cover, and he was like, Nightwing,
Yep.
you can't, I can't be fooled by you. I can see that ass anywhere. And Nightwing was like, dude, you're a fucking moron. Ben Grimm, The Thing, Fantastic Four. I actually think he's an amazing character. Doesn't get the love he deserves, but he's top tier. I'm a Batman guy as well. Batman's up there for me. Hellboy recently became a character I'm extremely fond of in comics. Yeah, that's probably off the dome some of my favorite comic characters. We're going to switch to the anime side. We're going to go to Zero first.
I wanted to fire a few more comic characters off.
Okay,
actually.
go ahead.
So, I used to love Iron Fist back when Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out.
Danny, yeah,
Iron Fist
so
was my
Danny
boy.
was the shit.
Yeah. I'd say my favorite character in Marvel is probably Daredevil, just because I think he's the closest to Batman of like the big characters who have their own solo runs and whatnot. And of course, I also love Spider-Man. In DC, I love Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman, two of my other favorite Justice Leaguers. But in terms of like just characters, sort of as in an archetypal sense, Batgirl and Robin are two characters, two mantles really, that I just love. Like every character that uses those titles is fucking dope.
Wait, did you mention Batman as your favorite already?
Batman is my favorite. Yeah, I
Okay, yeah,
mentioned it
because
earlier. I should bring it back around. Batman's
because,
top dog.
Because I don't remember I heard that before because I think you're like Daredevil's my favorite because he's almost like Batman. I was like, then wouldn't Batman be your favorite?
Yeah, Batman's top dog for sure.
Yeah.
Did you guys play Marvel vs. Capcom? Any of those games?
No, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I really, I don't know if you played this, Ultimate Alliance 3.
No, I haven't.
That shit brought the Iron Fist wave back.
Yep.
In the games.
That was the main reason I played that game, because I didn't even fuck with the Ultimate Alliance games that much. Sorry, are we allowed to curse?
Dude, whoa, go watch my content. You can definitely curse here.
Fair.
It's a safe space to say unsafe things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Another, if we're shouting out like characters that aren't mainstream or that popular, I would say Preacher. Preacher's up there. Preacher's an amazing character. Spawn. Gotta throw Spawn out there.
Yeah. Spawn, actually, for me, is sort of like one of my aspirations, like as a comic writer, to create a character sort of independently who can then, cross over with giants like Marvel and DC, and even end up in like Soul Calibur games and shit. Like, Spawn is.
He's one of the most badass looking characters. I'll give him that.
Yeah. They managed to make the Venom symbiote look even cooler somehow.
That's facts.
Is that the Venom symbiote on him?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, I didn't even know that.
It's refreshing to have someone that like isn't gonna argue about comic shit. Shout out to Weed. He's gonna have legit questions. Do we have any other comic related things before we move to the anime side?
I don't think so.
All
right. So, favorite anime characters and why? I'm gonna throw the first one in the fucking pool. We'll get like 2 or 3 each. So, my first was Joseph Joestar. I'm not a big JoJo's guy, but when I started reading it, it was like basically like a sponsored project, and Joseph Joestar was legitimately funny as fuck to me. Like he was always completing sentences, saying disrespectful shit. When the moment he became one of my favorites was, and this is early as shit. He's in a restaurant. He's a teenager, and he pulls out the Tommy gun.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, he's one of the goats.
Yeah, he's arguably the best JoJo, and he did all that without superpowers at the beginning. At least, like all his cool powers were like not superpowers.
He's just like, you think you're gonna get the drop on me, you fucking bum? Pulls out the Tommy.
And he didn't care if you're a vampire or what.
Yeah, he's amazing. Who's got another anime character?
I just wanted to say I'm glad to hear that this is someone who started off as a sponsored video for you, because I hope that one day Zero will be one of your favorite anime characters.
Oh
But-
yeah, yeah. No, that's fact. I was talking to
I do like
somebody,
Lelouch.
Hell yeah.
I got like Code Geass I'm gonna be getting into. There's been some mangas that are like surprised me with how much I liked them. Like Chainsaw Man, I really fucking like. Denji's up there. Denji's goated.
Very Spider-Man influenced.
Dude, disagree. I don't think Spider-Man is massacring an Eternity Devil to touch someone's titties.
I don't know. He does a lot of crazy shit for titties.
Nah, it was literally for titties though. That's the difference. Like Denji's just like
Yeah.
He was like, "Bitch, I gotta be able to touch the titties." She was like, "All right, go for it." And he was like, "Oh shit, it's time to make a play."
Denji is dope.
Okay, who's gonna go next? Am I gonna go next?
Throw one in, weeb.
Okay, I'll throw in Saitama just because he's just so casual. I like his personality. So like apathetic. He doesn't really give a shit about anything except getting like deals on grocery sales.
You know what?
But
Let's call the audible. We're just gonna talk about shit. We've hit that flow, fellas, for the opener of the podcast. Saitama. This is how I feel about Saitama. I feel like he's one of those characters that definitely caught the most undeserved hate of all time. Like, when I sat down to read One Punch Man, I was like, dude, Saitama's funny as fuck.
Yeah, he's funny.
For real.
The way he was doing Garu, their first several beginning encounters was comic. I was like, bro, this is so disrespectful. I started rooting for Garu.
Yeah, he's also he's unironically a somewhat complex character. Like, he's not just like the guy who one punches everything. Like, he's actually kind of like depressed and trying to find his way because he's like he has like nothing to live for basically anymore. Like, he's like not having fun.
Yeah, he's achieved everything he ever wanted.
Yeah,
and now he doesn't know what to do next.
Yeah, and I love King's speech to him, like saying how you may be the strongest, but you're not a perfect hero, and like you're basically far from it.
Yeah, because it's true.
Yeah,
he compared himself
with his powers,
like character in the game.
Yeah, but with his powers, he could literally pretty much save like everybody and like make a perfect utopia, but he just doesn't. Like, if he just let himself be known, no monster would ever like challenge like his supremacy.
Only one that could stop him at that point would be Moomin Rider.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I'm gonna throw out another anime character, I'm gonna bring in Frieza. He's my favorite villain and one of my favorite characters of all time. I just
he was always like just guaranteed hateful shit. Like he's one of the first villains I got to see as someone who like grew up with Dragon Ball. He was one of the first and when he showed up, he was a crazy exposure to a villain. Because he was catching bodies.
Yep.
Shit
He'll
was
just
blowing up.
Cap anybody who gets in his way. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like just young enough to have seen Z before Dragon Ball, and the way Frieza was just like dropping the Z fighters, like no one's really done that since King Piccolo days. I mean, they did drop like flies in the Saiyan Saga, but it just didn't have the same impact. Let's be real.
And coming back in Super, he's unironically funny in a good way. Like, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with Super.
I've
watched it or in the Broly movie.
Definitely through like the tournament and stuff when he came back.
Yeah, did you watch the Broly movie?
Yeah, he got beat.
I've seen the movies.
The new one.
I basically was keeping up to it until the end of the Granola
Yeah,
in the manga.
granola got boring, but
A little bit.
like I don't like. Does anyone actually care about him and Gas? Like Gas is like they fought that guy for like 10 chapters. Each chapter takes a month to come out. I didn't care for Gas, and also the fights were kind of boring. But
That's what
going back to
sucks about being
Frieza,
like an anime fan or a manga fan. Like, dude, if you get stuck on an arc you don't like, you're fucked for a year. Sorry.
yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
and also he decided to double down, and now he's redoing the Dragon Ball superhero movie in manga form with no
No.
changes. Yeah, take the good movie that they
Hooray.
had and just make it exactly the same in manga form, and make the chapters once a month. Like that just wasted like a year and a half for no reason.
They chose to skip the Broly movie.
Yeah,
in the manga.
they were
Why are
just
they
better,
doing
but
this?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah. But going
Well,
back to
hopefully
Frieza,
they
like
do change them soon.
the Frieza wanting to wish for 5 centimeters taller, like that's like one of the funniest scenes to me.
Yeah. I I saw this meme on Facebook about Bulma wishing for a bigger ass because
He
like the
essentially
way
did.
she was drawn in Superhero was different or something.
Yeah.
But
She
she
almost
actually
she kind of
looked
like alluded to that. She'd like wished to be 5 years younger, and then she's like, "Oh, my butt's gonna be more firm" or something like that. I don't know.
always been a big Dragon Ball fan, but there will be no Dragon Ball characters on my list. I obviously big fan of Code Geass. I love Lelouch, the main character, titular character, and Zero, another mantle that has a lot of characters that I love that wear it. Zero's just he's got that dog in him. He really like
Yeah, he's
he's
a really good character.
Yeah, he's a Britannian prince who was exiled by his father after his family was like left in tatters, and he kept his sister alive in a war zone when she
Some
was
of them not
little.
alive.
Mm.
Yeah, he did not keep all of his sisters alive. I'll just say that. But
Well, he kept Nunnally alive
yeah, I know.
during the invasion of Japan
Yeah.
when he was like a little baby,
hmm
and then
And,
he fucking came back for vengeance. He said, "Nah, everyone who ever did my family dirty, is gonna
including my
pay."
family,
Especially my family." Love it.
Yeah. Code Geass is definitely, I think, one of the best animes of all time.
Love to hear you say that.
Yeah, and what did you think about the movie that came out a few years ago?
The R3 movie was fine. It was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if it deserves to exist. But
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
enjoyed watching it.
yeah, I was like, okay, this is okay, but it was not even close to like the original.
I did like, it gave Lelouch a new intelligence feat, and I like power scaling intelligence is sort of a hobby of mine,
Mhm.
and Lelouch beat someone who could basically set checkpoints and turn back time. So she knew everything he was going to do, but he still came up with a plan to beat her. So his strategic abilities supersede precog.
Yeah. I need to make an intelligence tier list.
Hell yeah. But yeah, love Lelouch. Another smart character, one that you guys probably won't know, is my boy Tokichi Toa from One Ounce.
Dude,
Yeah, I
that's
haven't heard
my
of that
favorite
person.
cat. No, fuck. I'm American. Fuck. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, super obscure. No,
Probably
Yeah, pretty much
fire
no.
though, because you're a Kingdom fan. I'm gonna trust your judgment on everything.
What's your favorite Kingdom character?
Dude, oh, you asked me a spicy fucking question. Sit down and get blessed. I'm about to let you know. Came in the game, Wanky or Hoken, or I know there's supposed to be like a few different translations for it, but I think it's Wanky. I think from the version I read, he was one of them. But it quickly, once he got introduced and we saw more of him, Duke was a fucking amazing character. Which, if you know, that's if you're a Duke fan, it gets rough, but it is what it is. He's the GOAT.
Hey, it's
Conky,
rougher for the Riboku fans.
you gotta say Conky. Like Conky's a super gremlin. When he looked
Yes.
fucking Shin in his face, and he said, "You'll never scare me because you're too pussy to do anything like worth my time." And he was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, you just won't take it there. Like you're not him. So I'm not worried about you." He's up there.
It's great that you give Conky that props when you're not even caught up. Like the most recent arc has so much more amazing Conky goon moments.
Dude,
like you need
he
to catch
was
up.
like, I gotta think of like, so like I first realized how, first of all, his gang scrambling away when shit's going down the way they do, god tier. So that's like, that in itself is up there. But when he pulled up he was battling this old dude, so that's supposed to be like this god tier strategic mind, and he can't figure out what the fuck Conky's got going on. Like towers
Yeah.
pull up and Conky just sets him on fire. Like he's just doing wild shit. And he pulls up on the old man. The old man sees him and he's like, "Oh, you can be my apprentice now. You've proven you're worthy." And Conky said, "Fuck off," and cuts his head off.
I already beat your ass. Why would I want to study
he
under
was
you?
like, "Yeah, fuck that. Fuck your army. Fuck your whole
We
thing."
got to peer pressure Weeb here and Zareth into watching or
Facts.
reading Kingdom, so this could just be a Conky respect podcast.
What do you recommend, the manga or anime, to get into?
Oh, dude, don't know the manga. Dude, let me tell you how fucking good that manga is, bro. You guys know how much content I drop. Like, I try to drop daily. I fucking, dude, I think I either, like, pre-made videos or I just said fuck videos. And I read up to, like, 600-something chapters in, like, a week, bro. I was just stuck.
Do you do YouTube full time? How are you getting all these videos out?
Dude, I have like severe
Surprisingly,
ADD, so I just like I can like pop videos out fast. I just have this heavy drive. Like when I came into YouTube making it when I was, like I said, injured from a sport, so like
Mhm.
it was like my escape. So it's just something I wanted to do, and it became something I had so much time to do. I just became really fast at doing that, and I've read so much and done so much over the years that like I can make a video on anything. And
Yeah.
you guys edit way better than me. Plus, I don't script. I'm a guy that likes to talk.
Okay.
So
yeah, because for me, like just making one of my videos, like I put like close to like 24 hours I could put in like into one video. Like, and it's like I can't put out a video a day even if I wanted to.
oh hell no, I'm not on the same.
Yeah.
I do. Y'all go watch my reaction video to y'all's fucking content. I literally paused it. I was like, I could never edit this good.
Yeah.
This is
I'm not an
too
amazing editor, but it's like I just take so long to just find every single clip, and I try to like do all that stuff. But yeah, I mean I edit okay, but I'm definitely not a professional level editor. I need to get better.
Yeah, I honestly am a little jealous, Jobbers and Goons, of your ability to like record off the cuff. Like if I had that, it'd be so much easier to make videos.
Yeah, I have to have a script
I'll
for
take
me.
y'all's
Like,
editing ability. I'll give you some of that. We just meet in the fucking middle, dog.
Appreciate that.
Like,
Appreciate that.
Although
I do gotta say, it's not. We actually pay an editor. Shout out. We actually have two. Shout out to H2 Mass and the Phils. Yeah, H2 Mass and Phils are two editors.
oh, that's dope. That's dope. It doesn't take long to watch my content and be like, yeah, he doesn't have an editor. He's doing his thing.
yeah.
I will say, I think I'm getting a little better, especially on like my comic book reviews and stuff. I think the big thing with me is like just finding my niche in terms of editing style. Like, okay, this is kind of what I want people to expect from like how I edit my videos. I will say, like, sometimes I wish I could sit down and really make like dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was about the content rip from fucking Weeb. Hey, it was about to get real close, bro. That Harry Potter fucking tier list was a little too fire. I was like, hold on. I might have to do this for Yu Yu Hakusho. Like a mad detail.
Oh,
I
want to do one for Yu Yu Hakusho eventually too.
Dude, I don't know when.
That would be dope. Maybe we could do that on a podcast one day.
Yeah. And I'm rewatching Hunter x Hunter now, so I'm gonna do one on Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, dude, no, fuck off! I can't do Hunter x Hunter, bro. Cause like, let me give you my horror story, right? So I was reading you because I had this coworker who kind of knew, because I keep YouTube separate from real life stuff, and he kind of knew I was into YouTube shit, but he knew I read comics and anime or manga, but I had never read Yu Yu. And he's like, bro, have you read Yu Yu? I was like, no. And he's like, fuck that. You gotta read Yu Yu. And he was pressing me about that shit for the longest time. I was like, all right, I'm reading this shit. I started reading it, and I'm like, dude, this is the greatest thing ever. I get like 70% the way through. It's not that long. I'm like, yo, why is this so short? It's amazing. And he goes, oh, he cut it short because he wanted to read, or he wanted to make Hunter x Hunter. Bro, from that point, I was like, fuck that series.
And now he kind of like got bored of Hunter x Hunter too. He just can't finish series.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
I mean,
I'll be on the same shit sometimes.
It's tough as a perfectionist, you know. It's projects are never completed, only abandoned.
But yeah, I get it. He starts fire though.
Wanted to ask you, Weeb, how do you approach the secret identity? Do you tell people you're a YouTuber?
My friends know. I don't tell my coworkers because I'm a professional, so I don't want people knowing that I like have these weird videos on here. Like I do some weird things on my videos, but
yeah, people don't get.
And I didn't tell anyone in school.
Like Comics Explained. It's like, I don't feel famous, bro. I promise. I know. Like we have subs, we've had videos that popped, but I had one time I thought I got recognized in real life, bro. I was at a fucking comic book store, and this dude walked up to me, and he was like, yo, you sound and look familiar. I was like, oh, fuck. This might be someone that's, like, watched my content even back when I had live videos. And he was like, yeah, I used to watch you hoop. I was like, fuck, man. I thought I had one. I was like, I would have been so
But who did you think you watched?
Huh?
But who did he think you were?
Nah, I used to hoop. Like, he had seen me play basketball before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but do you even show your face on your channel? How would he recognize what you look like?
I had at the beginning of my channel.
I see.
I had like.
Funnily enough, I don't know if you watched my my little Star Wars parody thing that's like 3 minutes long. I did with the Jedi Shaggy guy, but he does like videos where he shows off lightsabers and whatnot on TikTok, and he was actually recognized in person. He has like 100,000 followers on TikTok or whatever, or something like that, and like 20,000 on YouTube. But I guess he was like at the park, like just in his. He wasn't even doing his lightsaber stuff. He just had similar clothes on, like martial arts clothes or whatever. And like some kid walked up to him and recognized him. And I think he's been recognized at like conferences or whatever. But yeah,
that's funny. I never have. I have been doing YouTube since 2017. Had a few videos break the 1K mark, but not only do people not recognize me in the street, they don't even recognize me on my channel.
No, we're changing that.
Yeah,
Cafe podcast changes the mythos.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always in like a costume, like I'm in my gi with like a wig on and stuff like that. So people probably, even if they watched my content, they probably wouldn't recognize me, especially since most of my videos don't even have me in it. But
yeah, it's sort of a meme on our channel that we say Kato. We used to say Kato was a two-man operation because people would call me Kato or call Hoodie Kato, and it's like Kato's the channel, but we are people. We're different people.
Yeah, it's
So you go by Zero.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Yeah, and who's the other person in your channel?
Hoodie. We're Zero and
Okay,
Hoodie.
okay, Zero and Hoodie.
would you guys say it's like how big would you have to be, like, even if you're not well known as Zero, you're more known for your collective channel. How big would it be where you're like, yo, I gotta meet up with the fans. The streets need to see me.
In person?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Do you think you would
I
ever
don't know
hit?
if I
I mean,
want to
you
meet
might
people
not
in
ever
person.
be that kind of person.
But probably 1 million subs.
1 million subs.
Yeah, here's my problem, right? Because, like, it's my biggest fear. First of all, I'm a funny guy, right? Like, so I'm trying to be funny all the time. But my content, it's like funny and kind of aggressive sometimes and things like that. So I'm just worried, like, someone's gonna try me at an event, and I can't be a bitch in front of my fans, bro. That won't
I
be
mean,
enough.
do you really have to worry about like an angry power scalers coming up to you? I don't think they're usually the most threatening of people.
Facts,
No,
bro,
you're
but
gonna
it
have
only
your
takes
own
one.
real life goon moment.
I will maul someone for the sake of, like, my fans. I can't. I just, like, dude, I can't imagine a bigger nightmare than getting beat up in front of your fans. Like, whoa, that's a rough day.
Well, I mean, he wasn't much of a fan if he did that.
Facts.
More like a hater.
I mean, that shit. Hey,
Yeah, hopefully
internet's a
your
weird
fans
place,
would help
man.
dump him.
Yeah, I mean, the most, like, the people in real life who have physical power and are skilled fighters, whatnot, they're not the type of people who would usually go and try to do something like that.
Oh yeah, no,
They
I'm
usually
not worried
wanna
about
be tough
getting
guys.
beat up. I'm just saying I don't want to be put in that situation because I'm definitely gonna
Yeah.
beat somebody
Well,
up. So it's
I would just
I'm
be
getting
most
in
worried
trouble.
about weapons. If someone bringing a weapon, or also if people knew me and somehow found out where I live, they'd like be trying to swat
Dude,
me and stuff like that.
This is gonna be
Send me
controversial.
anthrax in the mail.
If I'm at like a Comic-Con, bro, and I get gunned down, bro, I'm the GOAT. I'm the man. Like, what do you mean?
I just picture you like bleeding out, like screaming, "I'm the GOAT!"
Yeah, dude, I'm like Jobbers and Goons forever, bro. They'll remember me for this shit. I'm
Famous
the
last
Pac of the
words.
fucking
Yeah, you'll just do a
picture.
quick YouTube live or something, like as you're bleeding out. It's like, guys, I'm an official goon right now. I'm bleeding out on the floor.
Dude, listen. Do you know how many likes that
The
would
last thing
get?
you see before you die is the chat saying, "No, you're a jobber for this. you're just jobbed."
The live doesn't agree with me. I try to stick it out to switch to my favorite. Just don't. Fucking trials and tribulations of being a YouTuber. I did dude. Oh, I did this one funny fucking. I don't remember how many subscriber specials. I think it was 10K, bro. I used to have this dude on my channel, LaRon, who was fucking wild. He's like, he'd tell these crazy lies. He was a real, like, cartoon character. It's fucking hilarious. And we went to this haunted hotel. It was like a nationally, like, ranked haunted hotel. Bro, that's one of the funniest videos that was ever on my channel. Like, we actually did catch some activity on camera, and it's fucking funny that we caught it.
Is it still up on your channel?
Yeah, I'll find it for us after the podcast. But like,
yeah, I gotta see that.
It was like I had it like GoPro. I had a GoPro on me. So you don't see me, but you see like everything else. And we're like sitting. I'm like laying on the bed at one point, and there's a carry-on bag kind of sitting on the table, the hotel room table, and I literally watch it get like, it looks like someone just grabs it and throws it on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's the asshole ghost in my room? Actually, you can hear me kind of be like, yo, this ghost a jackass? Like, what the fuck? I was like, that's not scary. That's rude. You fucking dork. Like, what are you doing? But you'll see like Ron at one point. He gets lost. Not lost. Like, We lose him at one point, bro. And it was wild on camera. We come around the corner. He's gone. We're like, what the fuck? How could he disappear? This idiot got stuck. He was looking for his phone. He like dropped his phone by the ice machine. He was trying to get it and he got stuck. And instead of calling to us to help him get out because he was embarrassed, he said nothing. So we thought fucking Ghost got him, bro. We thought he was cooked.
He'd rather die there than let you guys know.
Dude, we were like, yo, he really got abducted. That's crazy. We're about to get hella views. Like this.
Doesn't he realize it'd be way more embarrassing to be found stuck there for like an hour than just like call out immediately?
Nah, dude, you
Right.
got what? That video is fucking funny. That shit. I'm trying to think if there was any other like activity. There was this weird part where like it almost looks like on camera because there was no cut that like it had him like almost teleport, like a door like open to a different room or something. It looked crazy on camera. I don't know how it happened.
That's impressive.
Yeah, there was for sure. I think the most blatant thing was the bag. I was like, that's fucked up.
So, sorry, not to cut you off, but
You're
I
good.
did really want to hear your answer to this question, which is, you can make a crossover video game. What is it?
Oh,
I have
okay,
mine.
yeah. And to clarify for you guys, I meant like you could use any verses, like 2 verses to cross over. Ooh,
Okay.
so I really loved Fable. I don't know if you guys ever played that, but Fable 2.
I played the first 4 Fable games, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, number 2 is like a perfect game. Like you can't tell me shit about Fable 2. That's a classic. And
Respect.
if you like combine that and how it was with like I don't know, maybe Marvel or DC, that'd be chaotic. That'd be fucking funny. I
Yeah,
don't
I'd
know.
love to play the fucking Sorcerer Supreme in a Fable system.
His baby mom is battling in town. Just dude, Fable 2 was so wild. No. Fuck that. I'm dumb. Fable 2 with Lord of the Rings.
Mm.
Frodo
Now you're
running
cooking.
around like getting multiple women pregnant in town, learning dark magic to battle the mayor.
That's what Fable is all about.
Dude, that game was GTA with Lord of the Rings mixed. It was godly. What verse would
Now,
y'all
for
have?
me, I don't know if you've read the Batman/Daredevil stories. There were these 2 crossovers between Batman and Daredevil, I think in the 90s, and they were just dope. 2 of my favorite comic crossovers that I've read. And I think an Arkham style game about the story where they take down Kingpin and Scarecrow, that would be so elite.
Yeah, that. If I were to do like a comic book versus, or I would do. I don't know what would be sicker, a comic book one. And if I was gonna do comic book, I don't even know if I would like just do Marvel DC. I think if you had like a sick Midnight Suns, like let's say they had Midnight Suns, but because that game is coming out, but like Spawn and Hellboy would be in it as well, would like crossover.
The real Midnight Sun.
That would be amazing. That would be like a top tier game. I would say comics potentially mixing over with anime would be sick. Like, I think a Goku. Oh, dude, you know how chaotic it'd be if Goku and Superman crossed over. Oh, the fucking fan bases.
Everyone would lose their shit.
An actual good jump force. Oh, God forbid.
Yeah. Jump Force had me so hyped. I mean, I had some fun with it, but it could have been so much better than what it was.
Conceptually, it could have been goated.
Yeah.
They've done so many of those like Shonen Jump crossover games, and almost none of them like stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
I think, man, I remember I got like a One Punch Man video game, and it just really didn't do much. I was like, dude, there's so many anime. Like, if anime games were just taken more serious.
Wait, they gave it to the same studio as Jump Force. They like made a bad game, got bad reviews, and like, hey, do One Punch Man now.
Fuck. Yeah,
there are also so many anime games that never leave Japan.
Yeah. Oh, I really want to play the Dragon Ball arcade and the JoJo arcade game. It's like Battle Royale JoJo. That looks really fun, but it's like arcade Japan only.
Nah, hold on. Y'all got me messed up. Hold up. Zero, tell me I'm not brilliant. A well-developed Kingdom game. You can create your own.
Yo, like Dynasty Warriors, but with Kingdom characters.
Yes.
Like, come on. Come
Dude,
on.
But you start at like how the Haishin unit started. You start at 10. You gotta build your way up. That would be an amazing. Just the fucking. Oh, I'd play that all day. You can play with friends too. Try to take over China.
Okay, and for my crossover game, we were talking about Marvel vs. Capcom. I guess something similar like that. I want to see an MCU Star Wars crossover fighting game. I think that'd be cool.
Dude.
It could have a cool story mode too, with like using like the stones or something, like the Star Wars characters somehow come into the MCU or whatnot, or vice versa.
Nothing stopping Disney from putting this game out, and it's a fucking $1 billion idea.
Exactly. And there's a bunch of ideas they could do. One, I want to see a Star Wars What If show, kind of like the Marvel What If. And also, I think they could just do a Marvel Star Wars crossover. It doesn't have to be like a movie, like, oh, get the canons mixed up. Like one of those cartoon, like, What If type shows. They could do that crossover. But I think it would just be really interesting.
Now, hold on.
I'd love to
talk about a $1 billion project with that idea. Take it further. You take game ideas like Star Wars Galaxies back in the day, which was like this MMO you could play online with other players. It was basically like Old Republic type shit, but it didn't have any eras. Sure. But you could take something like that and you can cross it over at the MCU, kind of have this. I guess the best way I'd describe it is like you'd have this overarching main story in the crossover. But it'd be like an MMO online, and you could create like your own heroes, your own Star Wars characters. Like, dude, imagine like you're in the pub online or a tavern, and like a fight breaks out between a fucking Sith Lord and like a lightning fucking mutant. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That sort of reminds me of DCU Online. You guys ever play that?
Yeah, I think I played it for like not too long. Like I just started it and like played for a couple hours or whatever. But yeah, I remember like you made your hero, and I think like I like flew around some areas or whatever. Like I don't remember exactly. It was like years ago, but
yeah, they gave you the power to fly a little too early in that game.
Yep, agreed. I think that kind of crossover would be sick. Kengan. You do Kengan and you cross it over with like comic books, street tier fighters. Oh, that would be dope.
Okay. Oh, Kingdom Fighters in Soul Calibur.
That's wishful thinking on the scaling. But I'm here for it.
Well, yeah, most of them would get folded, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I fucking love Kengan. That's actually in my top 5 anime or manga. That's
Kengan, Ashura the Fighter.
Yeah, Ashura and Omega.
Yeah,
they're both.
Yeah, I still need to finish the first one. I got to the final tournament or whatever. I don't remember. I was like on the second round or whatever, and I just didn't finish it. I need to finish it though. Really Maybe I'll just watch Did the anime finish the Ashura portion yet?
Uh, I
I might
don't
just
know.
watch the anime. I mean, the anime is kind of
My
meh.
favorite
I don't
character
like
is
the art
Saul
they went with.
Pyang. That's not even close. That's my dog.
Who?
Saul Pyang.
I don't know if I remember which one that is.
The goat. What do you mean? He runs up on people and headbutts them in their shit.
But how do you spell his name? I want to look him up. I'll probably remember when I see him.
SAW, like Saul, and then
Yeah.
space PAIANG. Pyang.
Oh, this guy. I remember this guy. Yeah.
It's my
This
boy.
guy's crazy.
I have great scaling for him. I have a question for you guys. If you got stuck
What's up?
scaling one verse and one verse only, but
Mhm.
it's amazing for your channel, like your channel just blows up,
Mm.
it's elite. What's the verse you want to get stuck with?
I might go with Star Wars just because, well, one, Star Wars is like my favorite. I mean, for anime, it would probably be Dragon Ball. But the thing with Star Wars is now that it just has so much stuff that keeps coming out. Like with Dragon Ball has like dry spells. Like right now, like ever since Super ended, like it's like a dry spell. But like Star Wars is constantly having new comics and movies and shows come out, and I feel like I would not get bored with it.
That's a good pick for that reason. For me, obviously, it's got to be Code Geass. Now, there are problems with this pick, which are that unlike Star Wars, there's not so much new Code Geass content coming out. There is new content coming out, but
isn't there a new show coming?
"Quote unquote" on the way, but it's mostly coming out in the form of this phone game. That's what Code Geass fans have for like new content. But I could also just keep talking about the original series forever. Like I've got this big like 40-minute video coming out soon, TM, where I talk about just content from the original 2 seasons for ever, because it's a really deep show and I love it. I really do think there are like endless topics because it's a universe that has achieved a sort of realism in spite of its like bombastic, unrealistic moments.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you could talk about that, and it's like a lot of character driven stuff and story stuff. It's like not like super simple like Dragon Ball. It's like, what's the character motivation of Goku or whatever. It's like you can't.
Yeah, but now that's for like analysis. If I was doing power scaling as like a main channel thing, and I had to pick one series for that, I think I would probably pick Naruto, because
that is a good one.
Of like the main battle shonen in the mainstream, that's just the one that I have the most connection to, and that I still feel is a little bit underrepresented. Not so much, but like people talk about Dragon Ball almost twice as much as they talk about Naruto when it comes to scaling.
Naruto is actually a lot more interesting because the matchups actually matter. With Dragon Ball, it's like who's just has a higher power level.
Yeah, but it's also a little less objective in that way. Like a lot of the matchups come down to like, what do you think would happen if these two obscure abilities that never interacted in the show interacted?
Yeah, it's like, and but like in Dragon Ball, it's like, oh, Kid Buu versus Namek Frieza. It's like obviously Kid Buu wins, you dummy.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably it's hard for me not to say Star Wars. I do naughty things if I could just focus on Star Wars. Like there's so much content I could do, especially with all my EU Legend stuff. It's just like endless potential. Yu Yu Hakusho would get strong consideration. I feel like that's a severely undertouched series on YouTube.
Yeah.
I agree. But I did sort of want to change one of my answers, because if I would be successful no matter what, I would actually love to talk about comics more. Like, the main reason we don't talk about comics that much on our channel is just that our audience isn't really interested in that. But
no, let me talk to your
have
audience,
tried
bro.
multiple
Look, drop a video, and I'm gonna be like, hey, my people, go watch that shit.
Hell yeah.
Dude, get yours editing style, just your takes on comics would be so sick. In my opinion, I think it would be really dope content.
Thank
like
you.
your work on like the Sound Village, like, dude, imagine if you did that in comics for like who are the Court of Owls really, or something like that. Like, I could just see your channel really killing it with stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos that I would like to make, but it just doesn't seem like that content would do well on our channel. But hey, I can cook something up. We'll see.
I have it's funny. Some of the stuff that pops on my channel, I'm not particularly that interested in, or it's just not something I think about that much. Like, for example, horror. Horror does really well. I just don't always think to do it or cover it. I'm kind of a victim of, I do a lot of shit on my channel and I cover a lot of different things. So there's a lot that I want to cover now, but it's like I can only drop so much.
Yeah, I have something similar on that vein. In my Kung Fu Panda tier list video, I was like, hey, because I did it on like the movies and like the movie canon. Basically, I was like, if this video gets 1 million views, I'll do it on the shows or whatever. I didn't think it would get 1 million views, and now it's at 1.1 million views, and people are like, where's the show tier list? Now I have to go. So I have to guess. I have to watch the Kung Fu Panda. Like, it has like a bunch of seasons or whatever, and I have to go make a tier list on that now. Eventually, I never said when I would do it. I might do it 10 years from now. I don't know, but I have to do it eventually.
That's so messed up. That's funny. That's reminds me of my Full Metal Alchemist video. We wrote this video before we made the channel at all, so I was never thinking, oh, this might get 1 million views. Like, sure it might, but I was like not expecting it to. I was thinking people who would see this would be like, this is a small channel. So I wrote a joke about how there's a lot of content about Full Metal Alchemist on YouTube already. So how would you find this video before any of the other Full Metal Alchemist videos? But now it's like one of the first things that come up when you search for Full Metal Alchemist videos. So.
Yeah. Mine actually has a lot of views too. My tier list has 500,000 views on Full Metal Alchemist, which you should watch it. My end is pretty funny. My ending of that video, I did like a voiceover thing. That's pretty funny, I think.
I do think one big step I had on the channel is I had an animation done like for a battle, my Star Killer versus Anakin. My next one's Itachi versus Byakuya on the collab. That'll be a fun one.
That sounds dope.
Yeah, that'll be 3D as well.
I have another story that's kind of funny, and this basically for my, I think it was my 1 year YouTube anniversary or whatever, I wanted to have 100 videos out before, and I was on 99, so like, okay, let me just make this video, and I did the domestic girlfriend ending is weird because I just finished the manga and it was really weird if you guys didn't know, but that video ended up, it's weird because I have a thumbnail for it. But for some reason, whenever you searched it, because I in the video, there's a clip of basically them having sex, and I just like put my face over her tits as like a censor, and then that was like the thumbnail people were seeing for some reason, and that video shot up to like 200,000 views, and then it became like my most viewed video at the time, and it was just like basically something I made to become my 100th video, just like as a throwaway, and I even say in the video, it's like, this is probably not going to get many views, and yeah, but then it got demonetized and it stopped getting views.
That's
yeah.
Dude, I had got a high school. I did it as a sponsored video, and I did not enjoy got a high school. That motherfucker is over 100K or 100,000 views. I was like, bro, I didn't enjoy it. Why of all the fucking videos I've made, of the hundreds of videos, why did people pick this to really love?
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's
We have no
crazy.
control over which video gets views. It's
Yeah,
just you put out a video and maybe it gets views.
I'm just gonna post it in our chat what I was talking about.
That's a good thumbnail.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this. How often do you dive into your comment section? Me, I'm active in mine. I like to try and heart everyone's comments for taking the time to comment. But how active are you guys? And because like there's two sides to the approach to the comment section. I get both as a creator. So
Right. They both make sense.
yeah,
I'm very active.
You know,
I
yeah.
answer pretty much every comment that is talking to me.
Oh yeah, facts.
And
That's
I read
kind
all
of
the
a dumb
comments I get.
question. Well, not a dumb question for the fans, but I literally talked to Weeb in comments, so I kind of knew that answer.
Yeah, but the one thing I don't understand, I don't know if you guys know how it works, but like I don't get notifications, it seems like, for every comment, and I don't know why. Like I'll get notifications for most comments, and then there's some that I don't.
It's
I know I
probably
don't
just
get the ones where
overload.
people respond to other ones, but
I think
yeah,
I
I
get
don't
the
know.
same thing for Overload. I don't get so like it sucks too because obviously I have a lot of power scaling videos, so people will just be arguing with me in comments, and so someone will like reply to an argument, and then I'll get three. I post videos practically daily, so I'll get like, let's say 5 comments on the new video, and then like a day later, I'll get a notification of like, "Oh, pussy, you didn't comment again. You ran." I'm like, and then I'll be like, "Bro, do you know how many comment alerts I get? I didn't get this one. Like,
Yeah,
people don't get
that's
it."
pretty normal. I think we don't get notifications for every single comment, but I am like almost too active for how many comments I get. I probably shouldn't be trying to read all of them, but I do. And
Dude, it was funny how me and Zero met because like he had hit me up and he was like, "Yo, I like your channel. I also kind of do some YouTube stuff." And it was only funny because usually when I get those messages, the YouTubers are like 6 subscriber people. Like they've made one video, and they're just usually, I don't know, like fucking with me. This man was like OD. His channel was OD. I was like, wait, whoa, I'm not used to this. What a fucking plot twist.
And I have a question for Zero. Do you know Hoodie in real life, or if not, how did you partner up with him?
that's a great question. We go way back. We met in middle school, been friends ever since, and yeah, we live in the same city, and we decided to make the channel because we would just always talk about fiction. And one night after, like, we literally argued from like 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. about the Civil War in Marvel Comics, about whether Tony or Steve was right about the Civil War. And then we were like, what if we made a YouTube channel and directed this energy to something productive for other people? And yeah, it was a great idea.
Yeah. And do you guys make like each video together, or do you do like one video and he'll do like a different topic and like so you get more videos, or like you always work on every video together? How does that work? Or you do like mix it up?
When we started out, we were working on every video together, but over time, we switched it to, sort of maximize the content output, so we would work on our videos sort of independently. But he still does thumbnails for all of our videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's it's kind of wild. I started out as like gaming because I was hurt, and then I was like, I'll eventually document my comeback. And then I remember I was like watching something, and I was like, yo, I wonder if people on YouTube talk about comic books. And like, I saw some people kind of do. I discovered like death battle type stuff. I was like, I'm gonna start posting my opinion on shit. And if people like it, cool. If they don't, fine. But I already had like a following of like 50 people. I had like 40 to 50 subs from gaming. Like shout out to all those people. I doubt they're still around or active, but I was like, yo, fuck it. I'm gonna switch over to this fiction stuff. It's been a grind.
That's what's up. You made the right choice. I did have some interest in doing like gaming content. Honestly, I flirted with a lot of different styles of content over the years, but
Dude,
the reason I
only
stay
gamed was because I was funny. But obviously that translates to this, so.
the reason I stayed with anime analysis is that I sort of want to be a writer, and I find that like, you know, really analyzing what makes these stories work, what makes them effective, has done a lot for my abilities as a writer.
Dude, you'd be like really awesome to hear go in depth about Star Wars, especially like in Legends. I might have to plug you out on some of these sources.
I kind of want to
Okay.
do some writing myself, except I want to do it in like manga/comic format. The only problem is I don't know if I have the drawing ability to do it.
Dude,
Hey, I
I'm
got the
telling you,
hookup.
I'm just trying to blow up so I can bully one of the comic branches into letting me write for them, bro. Like, do you guys know how good I would do for Marvel or DC if they're like, you know what, we're gonna let this jackass like cook for like 6 months. Let's just see what he comes up
Honestly,
with.
if I had a Batman story, I would do some wild shit. Like, I feel you. I feel you on that. Like, they need to let us in charge.
Dude, if they gave me like a Doctor Strange, a Ghost Rider, an Iron Fist, a Sabretooth, um, and that's just like primarily Marvel. DC side, Deathstroke, they gave me a Deadshot, Batman, Green Arrow, Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, I'd write an amazing Ra's al Ghul story. He needs one. Like a
He
solo
does. He
story.
does. Too much
Lore
of a jobber.
expansion.
Now, you said earlier, Weeb, that you weren't sure if you had the drawing abilities to do your own comic. Let me plug my homies who are working on my comic, Manga Newborn, on Webtoon. They, like, basically, if you come to them with a comic idea, they'll write and draw it for you, or with you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool service.
You have your comic's gonna be coming out on Webtoons?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're working on it now. I can't speak too much about it.
Yeah.
We got an announcement.
Let me know when it
coming soon.
drops. I'll look at it.
Hell yeah.
So are we gonna do the goons and jobbers now, or are we want to answer one of the other questions?
Yeah, let's we kind of free float it. We're gonna finish off with our goons and jobbers of the day. So basically how this goes for the viewers, where I'm gonna try to make this a cafe podcast like ritual, where every time we do one, we'll have new jobbers or goons to talk about. Does anyone have both of theirs and they want to go first, or
I have mine. I don't know if I could go first, I guess.
Let's do jobbers first.
jobbers first? Okay. Who wants to throw their first bum in the ring?
I'll put mine out. Okay. This one's a new one, so that's why I picked it. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anyone since it's new. It is from Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Have either of you watched it?
I know who
I've
it's
seen
gonna
it.
be.
I've seen it.
I know who it's gonna be.
Adam Warlock.
Oh no! He was dumb as fuck.
Feels bad.
Yeah, so for the watchers, I'm not going to say exactly why, but basically he's a jobber, he's a bum. Anyone who watched it will probably agree.
Fair,
Do you guys agree with my pick?
Yeah, no, he was definitely a bum in the movie.
Yeah, it's honestly all the Adam Warlock fans are punching the air.
Yeah, all four of them. They're furious. All right, what about
Adam
you?
Warlock.
What's your jobber? Zero, you got one?
Yeah, I wanted to, because the jobbers, of course, are bums. They can't get the job done. But honestly, in fiction, there are a lot of jobbers that they might not be the champion, but they're the people's champion. They have the heart of the audience. So I wanted to represent that with my pick. The jobber of the day is going to be Rock Lee.
Oh no.
Let's be real. The boy takes L's, got put in the hospital by Gaara, but he still stands up. But he still stands up. He's still ready to fade anybody. And that's what makes him a top tier jobber in my heart.
It's true. Did he win one fight in the actual manga?
I don't think so.
he stalemated that one shadow that he had to fight. Like that was the guard for the Akatsuki base or whatever, and like that's like the closest thing he came to winning a fight, I think.
Yeah, he beat himself.
Yeah.
So even
he jobbed still.
Yeah, he jobs even to himself, and that's really all that can be said. What's your pick, Jobbers and Goons?
I had one, but it slipped my mind, so I'm gonna go with another one, unless I remember it. This one's from One Punch Man. He's a very dear jobber to my heart. My boy Moomin Rider. Always get hype when he pops.
For a second,
up.
I thought you were gonna say Genos.
No, he's a bum though. He's definitely a fucking jobber. But oh no, I know who it was. Fuck that. It was Moomin Rider. But I'm gonna go with my boy Kenny from South Park.
Ooh, that's a good jobber.
People forget to mention him among the jobbers, but his literal
I think he might be an
famous
immortal
shtick
god.
is to die every episode. Get cooked.
Yeah, he might just be an immortal god though.
He might be, and he does get some wins, and for that it makes him a jobber because he dies almost every episode. So too many L's
he's
to
had
ignore.
Hundreds of deaths,
but he's a goat. Like I fuck with him hard.
He's probably died more than any other character in fiction, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
he's got
anyone like in terms of on-screen deaths, no one's
on-screen.
taken as many L's as he has.
Yeah, off-screen doesn't count. It's like, oh, this character died 5 million times off-screen.
Dude, even off-screen, it's hard. Like to have that many different mentions. I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
Have
true,
either of you watched Supernatural?
I
Yeah,
watched
that's
up to
actually
like
what I was
season
thinking of.
3.
Because one, they just die all the time, but also like that one episode where Dean just dies like 100 times in one episode.
Yeah, that's the exact episode I was thinking of.
Oh, and I'm actually working on taking my notes and my rewatch. I kind of stopped, but I'm trying to make a supernatural tier list, the strength and power tier list.
Word.
Yeah.
That's sick. All right, goon time.
Should I go first again?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll stay current again, and I'm gonna pick Seer from Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I was talking with you about it the other day, but again, without going too much into spoilers, she's just extremely strong. They made her into like a top tier Jedi, and she's like way stronger than Cal, and pretty much most people that's not like the Emperor, Yoda, Vader. Like she's like up there with almost up there with them now.
Yeah, that's tough. That's like a
Yeah.
crazy come up.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think a good menace that got a decent spotlight in today's episode of the podcast would be Joker. Joker's a classic menace from the comics. He's done all sorts of crazy shit like run up in police stations and kill a bunch of cops by himself. And yeah, he's a problem. He's why rent in Gotham is ridiculously low.
I low-key feel like I manifested this event, but for years, and it's documented on my channel, I've been pro Kingpin. Been a huge Kingpin guy.
Okay.
I feel like he's the GOAT when it comes to one of the top tier street tier villains. He First of all, he's fat, but he's somehow not fat.
First of all,
He like, I don't know how he does that, but it also makes no sense that he's like just openly beefing and going toe to toe with Spider-Man. Even Spider-Man's like, yo, this is like fucking bullshit. How is he scaling to me?
Yeah.
He Devil's Reign. It was a recent storyline which he took on like all the heroes. He destroyed a Doom bot. He's a wild boy. Like Kingpin, dude, in the Punisher Max series, I don't know if you guys know this story. I've covered it a few times. But he goes to prison. They take his cheeks, and they talk about how his tits are bigger than their wives. And when he gets out of prison, he takes his boys, and they go and run through all their wives and family members of all the people in prison that took his cheeks. He's a shiesty boy. Kingpin's gonna get back. Like,
yeah, that's a get back.
he
Yeah,
has
and-
more magic fucking weapons than Strange. Like in terms of like dangerous shit.
He's like Jack Horner. But I don't know if you've seen the new Puss in Boots movie.
Dude, I got to. I heard it's absolutely
Yeah,
fire.
it's really good. Yeah. you
Dude,
need to
Mario
watch it.
was fire as fucks, and now I like have new hope for animated movies. I'm like they might all be
it
fire.
it was better than Mario. I liked Mario, but
Whoa, chill, bro. Mario was a banger. I'm not even a Mario guy.
yeah,
but it was a
no.
banger.
Puss in Boots is like one of the best movies I saw of the year. That's just that good.
Dude, if we're keeping it real, that moment when Mario is like down and he sees that commercial of himself and he's like, "This is my city," and he like is starting to stand up again. That was more hype than any MCU moment, bro. This big Mario. I was like, "Slide for your city,
Yeah.
Mario."
Oh yeah. So, but speaking of Kingpin, he was the absolute unit in Into the Spider-Verse.
Fact. He
but he
straight up
just doesn't
killed
make
it.
any sense. He's just a regular human, but he's like super strong.
Well, I have this theory, and I think I'll make a video on it, like an in-depth analysis of my theory that Kingpin's a mutant. Like throughout the years, Spider-Man's commented like, "I think you're a mutant. I don't think you're human." Other people have said shit like that before. So
That just
I
made
don't
me
think
think of
he's
a
human.
hilarious video idea. It'll be called why Wolf's Law makes Kingpin a monster. And basically, if you don't know, Wolf's Law is basically that the force on your bones will make them stronger over time. So like basically, like if let's say you had like 1,000 pounds on your back all the time, your bones would get stronger. That's why like weightlifters like get denser bones. But basically, you're just like he's so fat that Wolf's Law just made his bones extremely strong and stuff.
That's crazy because it might be true.
Yeah. It's also like wild that people have literally said to him, like characters like Spider-Man have said that he's probably a mutant. Like that's wild.
Yeah, he's an amazing goon. I need to put out more content on Kingpin soon. But yeah, did you drop your goon?
Yeah, I gave it to Joker, and
Yeah,
one
Joker
more
was Joker.
crazy good moment for Joker when he snatched the fifth dimensional imp's powers and
Oh,
took
Emperor
over the
Joker
universe.
shit. Yeah.
Emperor Joker shit.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. I need to look into that because that sounds pretty awesome.
He was broken.
Yeah, that was wild.
He
He
was-
violated the whole DC universe, including Batman.
Yeah, it was nutty. But guys, this has been a crazy first episode. We went through that hour and a half like nothing. Check out all of our channels. We have I'm gonna let both of you quickly describe what you do on your channel and like just plug why they should tune in. We'll start with Weeb. Go ahead.
Okay, my main staple is just my power tier lists where I do large tier lists where I go in depth on the universe, taking notes and whatnot to try to find the most accurate way. We kind of put it together like a puzzle is like kind of how I do it. And then I fully edit it with all the video clips of the characters showing the feats as they go through it. My most popular one is my Star Wars one. And I got a bunch of other ones, MCU, Lord of the Rings, Fullmetal Alchemist, anime stuff like Naruto. I also do other power scaling things like versus battles. I do non-power scaling things talking about I used to do chapter reviews on manga. I haven't really done that in a while, but just talking about fiction in general and stuff like that.
Excellent. What about you, Zero? Hit him with it.
Yeah, I do anime analysis. Come check us out if you're a fan of shows like Naruto, Avatar, Death Note, Code Geass. We got the best videos on YouTube diving into some of these topics. Come check them out.
Yeah, that was a fun ass episode. I'm so glad we finally got the group together. Zarachan, he wasn't able to make it for this part, but that's okay. He'll definitely be on future episodes. He's just really busy. Check his
He
channel out as
prioritized
well.
his real life over this. How dare he do that?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fucked up, but we're gonna let it slide for the culture. But yeah, he'll definitely be on future episodes. We plan on touching on comics, anime, and pretty much everything in fiction. So whatever you guys want to see us talk about, get in the comment section. Go back and forth between our channels. Let us know what you want to see the group talk about. There might be some, sudden events and whatever that are interesting we should discuss. But yeah, anyways, this is the Cafe Podcast. It's been all of us here, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.